Hi guys, Bless Lily here. Welcome to another pick a card reading. In this one we're going to be taking a look at your finances and your career and finding out what's next. Yeah, this is a timeless pick a card reading. Whenever it finds you, that's the exact right time for you to hear the message within this reading. I'm also going to be taking a look at any possible money blocks, abundance blocks that you guys might have, and of course taking a look at what you can do to release them, because who needs blocks, right? We all want to be happy, wealthy, healthy, and abundant, and of course fulfilled. So let's take a look at today's crystals. Option number 1, you guys get the lapis lazuli. Jade wants to be the crystal for option number 2. And guys, for option number 3, you guys get the aventurine. So see which crystal you're mostly drawn to. Don't overthink it, you know the drill. If you do need a bit more time to make your decision, pause the video because we're going to go ahead, get started with reading for option number 1. Option number 1, and welcome to your reading. If you were drawn to the lapis lazuli, let's go ahead and take a look at your finances and your career. I'm going to be finding out what's next. But before we do that, I want to take a look at what's going on with your energies at this particular moment that are surrounding your finances and your career. You feel like you want to make some sort of leap forward, but it doesn't work out. So it's not like you're not taking action. A lot of you are taking action. A lot of you are trying to progress. A lot of you are going going online looking for things, but it just doesn't seem to stick. It doesn't seem to stick. And it's interesting because you guys are going through a transformation over here, and they're telling me that right now things might be going really intense for you. Things might be feeling a little bit chaotic. For some of you, there's an energy where you're just getting really agitated with people, agitated with the office, agitated with the job. You keep trying to find a way out, but they're saying that for now, you're going through this transformation. Like you can no longer ignore that something isn't working for you anymore, or like the way that you're doing something isn't working for you anymore. It feels like you guys are trying to break free over here with the Knight of Wands, but you're trying to push it. You're trying to bend the universe to your will. And they're saying like you're going through this energy of transformation where you're realizing you're realizing that you can work with different energies. Like there's things of you guys trying to move fast. You guys are trying to sort things out really fast. Some of you have to be aggressive. Some of you have to pursue. A lot of you guys could be in sales, in IT, where you're trying to push something forward and forward and forward. And I think there's a lot of competition where you are. There's a lot of competition. But let me see at this, let me take a look at this energy of transformation. What are they trying to show you over here? Yeah, you guys have to be really competitive, and you could be somebody, you're actually very good at what you do. And you're feeling like it's time to level up. But it's the energy, for some of you guys, you could be freelancers over here. You could be contract workers over here. You could be somebody who has to kind of fight and prove yourself, like create the perfect pitch. But something within you is letting you know that it's time to level up, that it's time to do something different, to get more. Because sometimes you feel like this beggar, and you want to be this guy. You want to be the guy that pays the wages. And I think there's a lot of pride within you, option number 1. And they're telling me that you don't like this position where you kind of have to maybe chase somebody, like have to keep reminding somebody to pay the bill, to pay the invoice, to get the money, and so on and so forth. For some of you, you literally grew out of the energy of the Knights. Okay, let's take a look at what's next for you. And then we'll take a look at the blocks. What could be blocking you? What could be blocking the flow, the abundance? This is so interesting. What's next for you guys is it's a celebration. And this is so odd. You guys are going to release control over here. Like literally releasing control over here, stepping back and having a good time because you really need it. Having a really good time. Okay, show me more. With your colleagues. There's an energy where you guys are becoming friends, yeah, or really good acquaintances with somebody who's a colleague. And that helps you see a certain part of yourself that you haven't seen before. You guys, there's a big energy change over here from trying to bend the universe to your will to being more fluid, to working differently. That's how I felt for a lot of you guys. You're gonna end up like doing a very similar thing, but in a different way. In a different way, and that will start bringing money in. There's an energy of you being celebrated over here. Like there is going to be a reason for celebration. It could be for some of you a new contract. For others of you, it's this energy of... For some of you, my darlings, this is very interesting. For some of you, I see somebody that you worked with or currently are working with leaving, yeah, and recommending you in a new place. Recommending you to somebody in a new place. But this is so interesting because these new energies that are coming through over here, they're really going to help you. They're going to help you get out of this, that's what the transformation is all about. Going from the energy of the Emperor, especially if I know I have a lot of ladies watching this that are forced into the Emperor energy. And when the woman with her feminine energy, with the energy of the Empress, is forced into the Emperor in reverse, she's incredibly uncomfortable in that position. She becomes incredibly competitive. She becomes ruthless sometimes. Because she's not acting out of her energy, she's forced to act out of this energy. That's something that's not hers. And for some men as well, I see that some men, like, they have a different way of progressing, of moving forwards. And this is what the Queen of Cups is all about over here. For some of you, you're very nurturing. You're somebody who's guiding people. And maybe like the energies that you were in, like somebody who's in sales, somebody who's in, I don't know, accounting, somebody, it wasn't your path to begin with, because it's too aggressive. It's too aggressive and it doesn't work with your energy. It doesn't work with your authentic energy. For some of you, you guys might end up going into a business of events, creating events, managing events. For others of you, it's the energy of doing something maybe similar to what I do. Tarot, guidance, things like this. Okay. But there's definitely a shift over here, a shift in energy, and somebody recommending you to somebody. And it's going to give you an opportunity to reinvent yourself with a different place, in a different place with different people. You might even be tempted to adapt some new habits. Okay, let's take a look at the blocks that you guys might be experiencing. when it comes to money, when it comes to abundance, when it comes to your career, what blocks might be standing in the way. Okay, yeah, doing what you're not, what you don't love, it's depleting you. They're saying that you can never force yourself to do something that you don't love doing for a very long time. It's going to destroy you. That's why there's so many people in their 30s with identity crisis, where there's so many people in their 30s with a midlife crisis, because there's only so much that you can do that of what you don't love. Sooner or later it gets to you. Sooner or later it drains you, and you're like, you know, the whole anxiety, all of that starts kicking in, and you're like, whoa, what's going on in my life? And then you start going back in order to find a place where you went wrong. And I think this is what you guys have been doing, especially with the hermit energy over here. Again, some of you might be very interested in psychology, in psychoanalysis, in being a doctor, being a nurse, being a healthcare practitioner. For others of you, you know, it could be sales, but different kind of sales. For some of you, it's organizing events, organizing parties. For others of you, it could even be charity work. But the blocks over here is that you end up doing something that doesn't give you anything but money. And we all know that you can't sell your soul. You can try, but you can't sell your soul. It's always there with you. It's always going to go like, hey, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I want to do. And you can give it all of the excuses in the world, but sooner or later, your authentic part, it overpowers you. And the more you resist, the more it persists, and the more difficult the transition, the more difficult the transformation. It's a block of being afraid of getting out of your comfort zone, because you guys have a lot of like riding obviously on what you're doing right now. Yeah, you might have your mortgage, you might have your car payments, you might have you know, student loans that you guys are still paying, and they're saying like you're afraid, you're holding on to the Four of Pentacles over here because you're afraid that you might not succeed. Like, I know a lot of you right now telling me it is what it is, Blush Lily. This is what I did, and this is what I've been doing for a very long time. And I've invested a lot of time, money, and effort. And I'm gonna say, yeah, no, I heard this before, but we're taking a look at your blocks. What you do with them is entirely up to you. But comfort zone is a very big block. Fair enough is when you have the comfort zone and you're feeling fulfilled. Then, okay, no questions asked. But here it's obvious that you're just, a lot of you are acting out of fear. Your leadership qualities, you guys have a lot of leadership qualities, and those leadership qualities lie in your sexuality and sensuality, that for one reason or another you are unwilling to showcase, unwilling to accept. Especially for women over here, you know, you have your charisma, you have your ambition, and you can combine it together with the energy of the Queen of Cups. You know, instead of going into the Emperor reverse, with somebody who's trying to overpower everything and everybody and trying to manipulate people and trying to manipulate the energies of the universe to get what it is that you want. And it's a very dangerous thing to think that, you know, that you can manipulate other people and manipulate energies. Some things we can control, some things we can't. But here, instead of trying to force things to happen, you're activating your own energies, your own authentic energies, your own authentic talents. And you start shining differently, you start glowing differently. Show me more about the blocks, and then we'll take a look at how to get rid of them. Yeah, you don't see your value. You don't see your value at this particular moment, guys. You could be overspending. You guys could be feeling that you're not ready to handle a lot of money. Because it could be like, you know, sometimes we get money and then we just start going a bit crazy because it's the self-sabotaging thing. Yeah. Where we might get into debt and we might get into the energy of overspending. Yeah, because again they're saying like if you're not happy with what you do, you're trying to justify it to yourself by overspending, by buying expensive stuff and saying, okay, well, I'm doing it because now I can afford this and now I can afford that. But once again, you know, when the Queen of Pentacles, this is not when you're satisfied with stuff. And at the end of the day, you end up either in debt or you end up self-sabotaging in some other way. Because you don't believe that you deserve more money. You don't believe that, you know, it could be an imposter. An imposter was a complex imposter syndrome for some of you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at how you can get rid of those blocks once and for all. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, with the Two of Pentacles, comes in reverse. This is when we drop the ball. This is when we make a mistake. This is when we realize that this isn't what we really wanted. Okay, some of you guys could have perfectionistic tendencies over here where everything has to be perfect, where you're trying to control everything, where you're trying to foresee things like for 10 years ahead. They're saying, like literally over here, guys, you have to say F it. F it. You gotta learn how to trust the energies of the universe over here. It doesn't mean that you have to release control completely, but they're saying you have to release control to the point where you remember that you're co-creating with the universe. A lot of you might think that you are the only person who makes your luck. And if you don't try, then, you know, nothing's gonna happen. But this is a very dangerous belief because you're putting way too much emphasis on trying to control everything. On trying to control yourself, on trying to control the weather, on trying to control the stock market, trying to control the mood of your boss, and so on and so forth. They're saying you gotta let go. You gotta let go. You gotta let the universe do its thing. Yeah. We all mess up. We're all human beings. You need to work on your worth. Yeah, let the tower come. Let that transformation come. A lot of you might be going through an ego death, and I know it's a very painful experience. But sometimes this is exactly what we need. Where you realize some things we can't control. And I think this is the lesson that you guys might be getting soon. Where sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you try to do something, the universe does its thing and it redirects you in a direction that you need to go. You guys need to release control over here and realize that your power lies within you accepting yourself, accepting your shadow aspects, within you embracing, again, your own energies rather than the energies you think you need to have. Again, embracing your shadow aspects. Embracing your shadow aspects. A lot of you over here, you want to use your sensuality, sexuality, charisma. You want to use your maybe, how do I put this? Like use what your mama gave you. Thinking outside the box. Not being afraid to try out something new. You're afraid of seeing your shadow aspects because you think once you do, it makes you weak and vulnerable, but on the contrary, it switches you on in a different way. It resets you. And then you can try a different energy without trying to force things, without trying to fight, without trying to compete. You gotta face this fear of poverty. They're saying there's this big energy, the fear of poverty. Face it. Because it's stopping you from exploring. It's stopping you from seeing what else is out there. Big time. Okay, so let me take a look at the aspects of yourself that you can use in order to bring more money into your life. Again, guys, with the north or south node, destined to release. Again, releasing control, dropping the ball, messing up a couple of times, being okay with messing up. Yeah, and the seventh house, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. Okay, I see. This is really interesting. And a career reading, when that comes through, they're saying that, again, you might feel like what it is that you want to do, it might not be supported. Might not be supported by your father, by your brother, by your, I don't know, wife, by your mother. But this is what you need to understand, that the most profound relationship that you can have is with yourself. Yeah? And anybody who truly cares for your happiness is going to be happy that you're changing these patterns. Okay, option number 1. That's what I have for you. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. If you guys are up for a personal read, so that we can take a look at your energy specifically, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. And of course, check my Patreon page out. It has exclusive content that's not available anywhere else. And there you can find more readings that help you rediscover yourself, see what's next in your career, in your love life, in loads of things. So make sure to check it out. All right, my darlings, take care now. Bye. Option number 2, Jade. Hi, and welcome to your reading. It's really interesting if somebody's watching this and her name is Jade. Does it feel like I'm talking to you? Directly to you? Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at your money and career. Option number 2. Let's see what's next. But before we do that, of course, I'm going to take a look at what's going on with your career, money, abundance, right now. Yeah, what are the current energies? What is it that you might be seeing or not seeing? Nice. Strongs. Ooh, okay. Okay, option number 2. I see you. I see you bringing this powerful, mighty energy over here. So I want to say, for a lot of you, option number 2, you're on the right track. You really are on the right track, and looks like things are picking up for you. Because there's an energy of recognition, there's an energy of moving forwards. This is fire, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I have some Cancer energy coming through over here with the Chariot. You guys are approaching the next level. Like, you guys are about to level up. There's an energy of waking up. There's an energy of moving forwards. A lot of masculine energy is coming through over here. A lot of masculine energy coming through over here. Okay. Show me more. Some of you might end up going to a different place, to a different location. Some of you guys might be getting a lot of feedback. Yeah, a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback over here on whatever it is that you've been doing. I want to say that it is important for you, like, this is your energy, option number 2. This is your energy, and this is something that you should absolutely claim, because it's kind of acting like your fuel. People's feedback, people's compliments, people's positive reviews, yeah? And they're saying use it as much as possible. Use it to fuel your business, use it to fuel your ego, if you will. Yeah, use it. Don't be ashamed of your success. I don't see that you guys are, but sometimes it feels like you might be a little bit like, oh, am I getting too big-headed? No, you're not. You're using it as your fuel. You're alchemizing it in the right way. And because I don't see why you should be ashamed, you guys are very determined over here. It's not that it's luck. It's something that you worked hard for. And it is going to progress for as long as you want it to. There's more coming through over here. Like there's an energy of awakening. And if you guys are feeling like this is not your energy at all, like they're literally showing me like you're here and very, very soon it's like kind of a windfall that comes through. It comes unexpectedly. And I'm telling you, this deck is tough. It doesn't sugarcoat anything. It tells you the way things are. So they're saying like literally couple of weeks, and this is a timeless reading, guys, couple of weeks, there's an energy of recognition. There's an energy of moving forward. For some of you, you guys might be thinking of, again, moving to a different location, thinking whether it's the good idea for you. And I feel for a lot of you it is. Because you are very in tune with what it is that you're doing. I feel maybe for some of you, it could be that you are somebody who is able to work from a remote location. So it could be right now you're thinking, okay, where do I need to go to feel inspired? For some of you guys, you could be somebody who works with travel, somebody who works with real estate, events. For others of you, you know, you guys could be bloggers, vloggers. For some of you, literally businessmen over here, thinking about starting your own business. It does feel that for some of you, option number 2, you are thinking about creating your own business over here because you have enough people, yeah, who know you already, and you feel like it's time to level up. It's time to start something new over here, something that's your own. You have enough experience, you have enough resources. They're literally telling me like it's time to break the ceiling. Okay, let's take a look at what's next for you then. Option number 2, with these very positive energies. Let's see what's next. When it comes to your money, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your abundance. Okay, so what's next is you guys are going to get something back that was yours, that was taken away from you. There's a celebration over here. And the celebration over here is because you're getting something back. It's either you won some sort of legal battle over here. It's either there was like an unfair dismissal of some sort. There's an energy of victory. For quite a few of you, I'm seeing that you guys are going to get some sort of paperwork that you've been waiting for a very long time. It could be a paperwork that has to do with your visa. It could be paperwork that has to do with contracts. It could be paperwork that helps you establish your business. Yeah. But you're getting back what's yours. There's an energy of balance being restored. But at the same time, what's next, they're also showing me that you guys need to pay attention to your health. Because with the temperance coming through in reverse is when you sometimes push yourself a bit too much over here. So don't, they're saying don't overdo it. I'm not going to get preachy over here. You know the drill. You're all adults, but I'm just giving you the warning that they're saying over here, that you need to maintain the balance, especially when it comes to all of the celebrations. Okay, let me see what else is next. Yeah, it's lighting, like definitely your load is being lighter. Yeah, You're learning how to delegate. You guys might be hiring people. You guys might be getting some people to help you out with certain things. Like you're finally making a very important decision not to do everything by yourself. Maybe you were like a one-man show or one-woman show over here. And finally you're like, okay, you know what? I'm fed up of this. I'm fed up of doing everything by myself. So you might hire somebody to do your SEO, you know, somebody to do your design, somebody to maybe deal with paperwork, somebody who just like is an assistant, acts as an assistant, or you might hire somebody to help you do your taxes and all sorts of things. Maybe do your promotions on Insta, on So for those of you guys for whom it's going to be relevant, there's an energy of, I feel like some of you had to work with a very toxic, we're a very toxic person over here. Could be male, it could be female. Mostly queens comes through as more of a female energy, but it could be a male that's very bitchy. It could be a male that's very gossipy. It could be somebody who's like a mean girl or a mean boy, like somebody who was maybe was overpowering. And here there's an energy of you ending up working together, finding a way to work together without it getting personal. Somebody was devaluing your energies over here. But again, you come out as a winner. Like it's a very interesting story, guys, because you, option number 2, I think you could be somebody who's quite sensitive deep down when it comes to what you do, especially if we're talking about your own business. You treat it as a baby, and there was somebody who was devaluing it, devaluing what you did, devaluing your achievements. Could be energetically, you know, like an energetic vampire over here. But what I see is actually you finding a way, like you outsmarting them in the sense that you maybe it's the energy of using their talents, using their resources without getting personal. So it's like everybody wins. So you find like a way to communicate, you find a way to compromise, and because you guys realize that this has nothing to do with you. Like the behavior of this mean person, like this is like the energy of a mean girl, you know, the bully at school. This is what it feels like. Who was constantly being like, oh, you did this, oh, but them people, they did something else and it's better and blah blah blah, and you stop that. Like you literally build up your boundaries and then like, you know, whatever, yeah. Let's just do whatever it is. Because this person, she or he, they're still useful to you. And you're being smart about this whole situation. So you're not letting them steal your shine, you're not letting them steal your energy, but you're using their resources, they're using your resources, and together you create something that's really good. Huh. Okay, smart. Option number 2. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your blocks then, yeah? If there are any money blocks that are coming through. Some of you guys could be architects, by the way. Wow. Okay. The Star. Some of you literally, there's an energy of being popular. And that's why they're giving me a lot of toxic energy. Because you know, when you're trying to be popular and everybody else is trying to be popular and you're surrounded by these people, there's a lot of backstabbing going on. So if it's resonating with you guys over here, it could be that you guys are reaching out for the stars, literally grabbing the stars. You need to stay grounded over here. They're saying with the star is a nice card, but when we're talking about blocks as the star, it's the energy of sometimes getting too carried away with what can be or thinking too much into the future. And they're saying with the King of Blades, it's the energy of needing to needing to keep a cool head. Yeah, needing to have that balance of inspiration, but also have like a reality check. And they're saying like it's very important. It's interesting you guys got 2 aces of wands. It's very important not to leave it at how do I put this? Make sure that you pace yourself, because it could be, guys, like one of the blocks for you is that you get really, really excited and you start planning, and then the next day, like the excitement dies down and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna wait a little bit and I'm gonna try and do this and I'm going to try and do that, but maybe at a later date. And then somebody comes through and then they devalue you. And they're saying like, don't let the impulse, the initial impulse die down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. So you might need some stability over here. You might need some energy, you know, of just perseverance. Don't let people's jealousy get in the way. Yeah. Stand your ground over here. There are going to be people who might disagree with what is it that you decide to do. There are going to be a lot of naysayers, but again, they're saying these are really light blocks, to be honest with you guys. In the sense that I don't see it impacting you. It might slow you down a little bit, but I mean, with the energies like this, you pick yourself back up. Needing to use your intuition over here. A bit of a fear of failure that's coming through over here, but again, it's not as deep as you would think. I think you guys, option number 2, with the beginning energies like this, you've already done a lot of healing. A lot of healing, or you were lucky enough not to need a lot of healing. You weren't messed up that badly that you needed a lot of healing. Like, yes, there were difficult situations in your life, but overall, we all have a fear of failure. With you, like the main block is being able to manage your energies, guys. Because you might go from one extreme to another, from one extreme to another. And you're trying to oversee everything. And that's normal when you're starting your own business or when you're managing your own brand and things like this. But they're saying that you need to make sure that your health is taken care of over here. Because once you get into the energy of anxiety, the fear starts building up and you start over-analyzing things. And you guys could be somebody who catastrophizes, yeah? Like you're trying to imagine every possible scenario before it happens. And a lot of energy goes there. And they're saying this is like one of the main blocks that you could have when it comes to your money, when it comes to abundance. So let's take a look at what you can do in order to let go of these blocks. With your money, with your career. What can you do to release them? A lot of you are following your own path. A lot of you feel like you have people depending on you. A lot of you feel you have the responsibility to take care of somebody financially, and so on and so forth. Over here, they're saying that you need to take off the burden of this responsibility. It's too heavy. It is too heavy over here. And again, it talks very much about following your own path. And realizing that your path, like I keep saying, like we all have our own map, internal map on our own, like to our own Eden. And this is your Eden over here. But you're afraid that if that road isn't, if you're walking this road alone for now, or if you don't see what's coming with the High Priestess over here, you might be afraid. But that's normal. It's normal. And look at this, the Four of Swords coming through. They're saying you need to have adequate rest. For you, it's essential. Like you need to manage your battery. I don't know if you guys are somebody who what are those? What are they called? INFL something rather. You know, those people who are very very sensitive, like empaths, and then we have somebody who's you know, people who are very sensitive, people who might get depleted of energy, people who like spark up and then like, you know, they go into the dip. You need to manage your energies. Don't be afraid of people who play dirty. And they're saying like, don't try to prove anything to anybody. It's going to be a shallow victory. If you choose your own path, if you choose like to walk down your own path, there are, guys, it goes without saying, it's just the way that it is, because people are intimidated by people who are visionaries, people who are pioneers, people who put in more effort than they do, and people are intimidated. And they're saying if you're going to spend time and effort and energy into trying to explain yourself to everybody, yeah, you're going to win, but it's going to be a shallow victory that's only going to take away your energy. So F them, yeah? You do your thing. And you commit to it. Another thing, they're saying keep like committed. Just stay committed. Little by little, even if it's just baby steps, stay committed. Let's take a look at your character traits that are going to help you become wealthy, and for some of you, popular, famous, successful. The third house, early learning, childhood relations, rational mind, and communication. All right, so taking everything day by day, right? For some of you guys, you're thinking about maybe working with children. Talking to your rational mind, communication, being able to communicate. A lot of you guys are very good when it comes to being charismatic, being persuasive, being able to tell people what it is that they feel they need to be told. Yeah, they're saying use those energies. Use your communication skills, use your networking skills. Some of you guys are very good when it comes to writing, by the way. So use your writing skills. Yeah, maybe some of you guys want to be journalists over here. Sextile, combination of tension and flow potential and a rewarding situation. So there's definitely an energy that this isn't going to come easy, but it's going to be absolutely worth it. And I mean, it's not going to come easy in a sense where, because you guys are going to have to challenge yourselves a little bit, yeah. But again, it's the journey that takes you into wealth, a journey that takes you into having what a lot of other people can't have, they never dreamed of having. Because option number 2, you're going to be becoming very wealthy, very successful. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery, yeah. All about the fire energy, and this is what I said at the beginning of your reading, the fire within you. I mean, you could also be Pisces, you could be Gemini, you could be whoever, but the fire is within you, and that fire, that thriving under pressure is what keeps you going. And you guys are becoming more confident, you already are. And they're saying like you're rewriting the future that you thought you were going to have, so you hold the pen. And you guys are incredibly brave, so channel the energy of this bravery. It's going to help you achieve a lot of things in your life. Alright, lovely. Option number 2. Hope you enjoyed this reading and it resonated. Claim the magic of this energy down in the comments below. If you guys are up for a personal read, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below, so is the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content, additional discounts, and much, much more to help you rediscover your beautiful selves. Yeah. And yeah, take care of your beautiful selves now. Bye. Option number 3, if you guys were drawn to the Adventuring Crystal, and welcome to your reading, darlings. I'm going to be talking about your money and career today, finding out what's next. finding out about what blocks you guys might have. But first, we're going to be taking a look at the current energies that are surrounding your career, that are surrounding your finances. And then we'll take it from there, yeah? Your career and your finances at the moment as the universe sees them. Money, career. I feel a lot of you guys could be earning good money, but it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't get you satisfied. The stuff that you buy with this money, it just doesn't give you this energy of fulfillment. Over here, it looks like a lot of you kind of, like they're showing me somebody who, like you kind of dismissive with your true desires. You might not be aware of your true desires. For some of you, you thought this is what you wanted, and then halfway through, you're like, uh-oh, this isn't me. This isn't me. And now you're kind of freaking out. All right, show me more. Yeah, there's an energy of disappointment. I think some of you guys might have been following some sort of career because you thought it was flashy, because you thought it was prestigious, because you thought you were going to get the respect, you know, the boys, the girls, the house by the lake, I don't know. But there's an energy like you guys being disappointed. And for some of you, it's this vibe where, okay, well, I've invested so much into it and I went to uni, and I think it's like you're kind of afraid of even admitting this to yourself because you're afraid of like what are the consequences of this going to be. For others of you, like you can't buy this energy of fulfillment. Some of you, I don't know if you guys are into like event planning, or you work at a nightclub, or you work at a bar or something that's quite unconventional. For some of you, maybe you started working with your friends, or you created some sort of maybe mini business with your friends, and it just isn't working out. There's a lot of disappointment. For some of you, you might have started your own thing, maybe like nails, photography, things like this, and it's not picking up from one reason or another. We'll take a look at your blocks in a second, but I want to find out more about your current energy, because the flow over here, the informational flow, is very good. It's very clear. It's like you guys are ready to hear what the cards are ready to say, even if it's going to be, you know, a bit of a tough love. Maybe you guys need a bit of a tough love right now. Maybe not. Let's take a look. Completely lost. With the moon being turned over here, completely lost. Lost, being afraid, not knowing what to do, not admitting to yourself that you want something new, you want something light, you want something that's more fun, you want something like, I feel like you guys are ready for an adventure. Like you need something that lights you up from within, that gives you the energy of, like, you know, the wind of change, this freshness, this starting anew. Your inner child wants to have some fun over here. A lot of you, you're like, you know what, I'm watching this career reading, but what I really want to do is to fall in love and just stay like with my boyfriend or with my girlfriend, with my partner for like 2 weeks in the bedroom and just do nothing. Like a lot of you guys are looking for that feeling of falling in love, right? Falling in love with what you do, falling in love with a person, falling in love with life itself. For some of you, you're like, I made the wrong choice because of my partner. And now it could be that you guys are separated and you're stuck at this job and you're like, oh my God, you know what? Like there's so many things that went wrong. How do I make them right again? Okay. Show me more about your current energies. You could be choosing. Yeah, you could be faced with a decision, you could be faced with a choice. So to be honest with you, you guys have choices, but I think that for quite a few of you, you don't like those choices. Like, you want something different. Because you are very good at what you do. And to be honest with you, you're quite skillful. You're somebody who picks up things really, really fast. Yeah, you're somebody who can process a lot of information in a very short period of time. Somebody who's capable. For some of you, you might have these, you might have gone for an interviews recently, and you're deciding between two companies, or two companies want you, or you're thinking, do I stay in this office, or am I relocating to a different office? Am I relocating to a different department over here? For others of you, let me see, there's a choice of... For some of you, there's an energy of a choice where you're like, yeah, I just want to get married. I want to get married. I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to worry about money. If you want to, like, some of you want to work from home. Some of you might be getting, what is it called? Is it alimony? Yeah. A lot of you guys, you want to, there's an energy of wanting to fall in love. Honestly. Some of you, you're stuck where you are. Because of money, yeah. But honestly, option number 3 for you, it's either right now your career and money is not a priority, and you needed to hear this, and you needed to accept this, because there's like this feeling of your heart calling out for more, for romance, for fun, for companionship. Maybe this is what you've been doing for a very long time. You've been trying to work your pain away. Yeah? And lots of you are like, okay, I have a child over here. I can't just get up and leave. Okay. I see. So let's take a look at what's happening next then. And then we'll take a look at the blocks. What's happening next? In your career, with your money, with your finances. King of Coins. They're showing me a lot of stability that's actually going to be coming through. For some of you guys, this is with a mentor coming through over here. A mentor, maybe somebody who's going to be like a mentor, a guide, a person who gives you this energy of financial stability. There's an energy of reassurance. You guys could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You yourselves could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But there's an energy of financial stability. For some of you, it's coming from a married person. It could be your partner. It could be them giving you this reassurance. For others of you, if you guys are single and ready to mingle, it's coming through as your boss. Somebody could be investing into you. Somebody could be investing into you. Presence, growth when it comes to finances. Like, you guys are stepping into the Empress energies. And doesn't matter if you're male or female. The Empress energies is about passive income. It's about reaping the rewards. So maybe some of you guys have invested really wisely. Or somebody helps you invest into something. It could be cryptocurrency, it could be natural resources, it could be, I don't know, what you call them, the stock market. But somebody helps you create a passive income. Somebody helps you create, maybe purchase some sort of, what you call it, a home or some sort of real estate that you can later monetize. Somebody could be coming to you for you to do something, like they're telling me, like a creation of beauty. So some of you guys could be, again, beauticians. There's a financial influx, okay? A financial injection, a financial... Okay, they're starting to show me your blocks already. Okay, guys, let me talk about what's next, and then we'll take a look at your block, because there's a massive block that's preventing this whole thing from happening. A massive block that you guys need to address. Well, let's talk about it now, and then we'll take a look at what's next, because it's acting like a stop sign. And the block over here is that you are afraid of accepting. You can't accept help, you can't accept praise, you can't accept gifts without either subconsciously feeling guilty, or feeling like you haven't deserved it, or feeling that you need to pay it back with interest. So there's an energy where you get extra defensive when people try to come through and help you in any way. Whether it's love, whether it's money, whether it's recommendation, because straight away your King of Swords kicks in and goes like, okay, what do they want in return? Do I owe them now? And in your head you open up this little book and you're like, okay, this person did this for me, so it means I owe them. And you don't want to be somebody who owes something to anybody, right? So you're afraid of getting into this Empress mode. Because the Empress mode, she doesn't have this book. She doesn't write down who did what for her so that she can give it back. She gives back from what she has. And if you guys feel like if somebody gives you money, then you need to give money back, it doesn't work like that. Some people can offer you money and you can give them your advice, or give them your time, or give them some sort of service that you offer, and so on and so forth. You're also creating a very tight time frame when you want to give this money back, or you want to be paid a favor. And this is not the energy of the Empress, because the Empress, she's okay with receiving. She's okay with receiving. She's okay with getting gifts, with getting information. She doesn't automatically think, oh my God, what is their agenda? Is there a hidden agenda over here? Yeah. And you guys, you might become very aggressive. Consciously, subconsciously, you might be like, you might end up pushing people away. And that's such a big block that's preventing you from being in this Empress energy. From creating the passive income, from choosing a way of getting money that doesn't have to be all blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, let's go back to taking a look at what's next when it comes to your money and career, and then we'll take a look at what you guys can do in order to release this block. See, you don't even want her to be upright. You like, turn that Empress around. I'm not gonna do that. You guys better get a bit used to getting gifts, getting advice, people helping you out just because of the goodness of their heart. Yeah, and if you have something to give back, then good. If you don't, then pay it forwards, right? So about that. So what's next is some really good news when it comes to contracts. This is very interesting. They're showing me that once you clear this block, there's an energy where your internal judge, your internal energy relaxes, and you're like, okay, well, this is like reciprocity. I'm giving something and I'm receiving something, okay? And you relax and you allow things to start happening. This is really good, okay? So there's some sort of contract that's coming through over here where both parties are winners, yeah, in one way or another. It could be a new job for some of you. For quite a few of you, it could be a very good outcome when it comes to getting the money that was either taken away from you or stolen, or there was like unfair separation with your spouse. I don't know. Now, honestly, there's some very good luck that's coming through over here with the Wheel of Fortune, guys. And it's going to affect not only your career, not only your finances, but it's going to affect your love life as well. They're telling me very, very strongly. There's an energy of affecting a lot of aspects. Yeah, you're walking away. You're walking away, you're getting closure, you're living through some sort of through some sort of block over here, and you're leveling up. A lot of you, option number 3, you're going to be finding your true calling. I'm going to do a separate video on what your true calling is, what your life purpose is. I'm not going to go too much into it because I haven't done it for the previous 2 options, but they're telling me that for sure it's through the energy of getting closure, of walking away, of shutting certain doors, that you're going to end up finding your calling, finding your wealth, finding your fulfillment. For a lot of you, it's about learning how to accept things. Beautiful. For some of you, it's relocation to a different place completely. Some of you guys might end up going to Portugal. Some of you guys might end up going to South Korea. Some of you guys might end up going to America. Let's take a look at what you can do to get rid of these blocks. It's either that some of you have come from a childhood that was really poor, that was really difficult, where there was a lot of lack, because they're showing me a father figure and they're showing me the energy of struggle, yeah? And you're afraid of repeating that story and standing in your own way. Standing in your own way of growth. You need to relocate. For a lot of you guys, the place where you are now, there isn't room for growth, and the energies that are surrounding you, they're bringing you down. They're saying that they're keeping you humble, but in reality, they're holding you back. And it could be that you're surrounded by people who tell you, if you accept money from a man, you are so-and-so. If you accept money and you don't give it anything back, you're so-and-so. So it's this energy of conditional love, everything's conditional. And they're saying you need to shift into the energy of unconditional. And here's the Empress again. You need to shift into this energy of being able to receive, of being able to flourish. Like there's a reason why roses don't grow in deserts, yeah? And you guys have been trying to plant roses in a desert. Nope. Or I don't know, in the snow. In the snow. Nothing grows in the snow. Apart from snowmen. But you're not trying to build a snowman, are you? You're trying to create a beautiful garden that you can that bears fruit over and over and over again. Okay, let's take a look at what aspects of your personality you guys can use in order to manifest this abundance, this wealth. For a lot of you, again, money is coming through somebody helping you out, through somebody investing in you, maybe somebody acting as a patron, acting as a guide. Somebody supporting you out of the goodness of their heart. There's no ulterior motive. North Node, destined to have. Yeah, you guys need to realize that you guys might be working with an energy where you think that you are not worthy of having something just because. Like you have to earn it, and the internal judge who decides that whether you earned it or not is so strict with you. Like you guys are very strict with yourselves. Interesting, again, a sextile. Yeah, combination of tension and flow, potential, and a rewarding situation. Were you creating a combination? Yeah, look at this. Harmony, perfect flow, angelic support. You gotta allow yourself to get support, guys. You can't do things by yourself. You really can't. It's gonna make life so much more difficult. So allow the universe to support you through other people. Surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, my darlings. Be fluid, be flexible, mutable, things that are prone to change. Right now, what you need to do is really be flexible, guys. Envision different possibilities of how you can achieve wealth, how you can be supported, because the universe is truly endless, limitless, and has much more to offer to us than what we can imagine. It's up to us whether we're going to receive it or not. Okay? Option number 3. This is where I'm going to end your reading, darlings. Hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. If you guys are up for a personal read where I take a look at your energies specifically, do send me an email. The email's in the description box below. It says the link to my Patreon page with more exclusive content that will help you rediscover yourself, help you on your soul journey. Yeah, it's exclusive to Patreon only. You're not going to find it anywhere else. So it's worth taking a look at. And yeah, take care of your fantastic self, guys. Bye now.